In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to block the most popular blitzes in Madden 24. Now, today we're going to be going over the 3-3 double loop. We're going to be going over 3-3 cub and also dollar just baseline blitzing the CBs, also dollar loop as well. So in total, that is 5 blitzes. And also when we go over 3-3 cub 2, I can show you guys something that would help you with 6-1-2 if that's the reason why you clicked onto the video. Not going to be going over like any nickel over. I don't really think this blitz is good this year, but we're going to go ahead and start it out right here with 3-3 double loop. Now there's two ways people like to run this, and it's either with LB Blitz 1 or with nickel blitz 0. So we're gonna start it out with I think the more popular one in LB blitz 1, and we're just gonna come out in like a gun bunch set. Really, this should carry over to any formation where you have a running back on one side, a tight end on the other. That gives you the best bet for picking up any blitz in the game. What people don't know about this blitz is you can actually 5-out it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we spread our linebackers and bring these people into the box, right? So bang, 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 and they're now like looping, right? And if we just don't do anything, we just let it like rock or whatever, you're gonna see that we get looped, right? We get looped. Now the way to stop this from happening, okay? All we need to do is, again, we'll set it up. The way we stop this from happening is we go ahead and we use the ID the mic feature, which is going to be LB or L1 on PlayStation or Xbox, depends on your console. You're gonna see right here, it pulls up the right of screen. You see that? You hit A right here to ID the mic, and you're gonna wanna ID this outside corner. So what that pretty much tells your offensive line to do is to go out wide. We can actually go ahead and 5-out this, and we get a pocket, right? We get a pocket. Now, I'm not saying you're not gonna get shedded, but for the most part, this is really consistent. Now, if you wanna be safe, you can also just block your running back and do the same exact thing, and you're even more like guaranteed, in my opinion. You can also, if you really wanna deal with it, block your tight end as well and like max pro it. But if you just wanna block your running back, again, we'll go ahead and do that this time, and you'll see we have a pocket once again, and you know, we're getting shedded, but it's not because we're getting looped, it's just sheds in the game, right? Now, if you guys want a full breakdown of my entire offense, I have just dropped my Rams ebook. You can get this ebook by becoming a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber, and it has all my favorite plays and how to deal with the meta defenses in the game. So that's how you deal with that specific blitz. Now, the second blitz, nickel blitz 0 right here, this one is a lot more tougher to deal with, in my opinion. And there's certain things we can do to combat this from even not a pass pro perspective, because to set this up, this is what people have to do. They have to shift their linebackers away from the slot CB, contain, bring this dude in, user this guy, right? And I know it was really like fast for like a bunch set, but what you're gonna notice with this right here, right? They would also, like in a dream world, be able to move this safety down right here. So if they're not able to do that, right? My plan of attack versus this style of defense, right? We can go out like first play, run the ball, hurry up, quick snap. And quick snapping right now is so good that really you don't want to give them time to set all this up, because if they're able to set this up, right? We're gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing, and this time we have to block the running back because of the fact that they are going ahead, and guess how many they're sending? They're sending 6 at us. So if we even don't block the running back, we're like dead, right? So if we just go ahead, ID the outside corner this time, right? The person that really causes us trouble is that like Mike Blitz, and that time we got or the Mike Blitzer, and then again we got looped on the right side. This right here is probably the best blitz in the game. Now there's certain things you can do to deal with this and just loop in general, and we'll go ahead and set it up again right here. And this is usually their user, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him in a middle third. Now even from a non-pass pro perspective, what you can do is you can try to 5-out it if they're not able to bring their safety down. We have like a tight end flat and a running back wheel, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much their user would have to be responsible for both, or they have to mix in zones. Pretty much you just have to make them not run the stock blitz, right? And also what you can do, okay? I'm gonna try to keep the defensive player up right here. This is what you can do too. We're gonna motion over right here, and when you motion over, I don't think it's showing right now, but it messes up like their contains, and they have to like touch them, and they have to like do that. So when you motion over like that, it does like mess up their contains, and it messes up the loop. So you can deal with it like that too. Now let's go ahead and say you just don't want to do that. You actually want to block this blitz. So the way that I've had the most amount of success, you can block your tight end too. I don't like just having 3 routes for assist though, because I feel like that just, you're going to get shedded, right? So we'll put the tight end on a route, whatever, right? The offensive player really doesn't matter. We're talking about pass pro right now. And all I did was block the running back. I still like to ID this outside corner, and I like to double team the opposite side defensive end from the running back. And how we did that was we hit LB again. This time we hit down on the right stick, and I just moved the double team icon over to him. So if we go ahead and run this, right, you're gonna notice that we again get a pocket, right? And that's all we want. We got shedded. They are sending 6 people at us. We are going to go ahead and get shedded. But this is how I dealt with this blitz. And a lot of times you can also try to run on this too, but really this is good run defense too, because this dude right here, honestly is the reason why this blitz is so good. He is so annoying to deal with, but that's how I've had success picking up this blitz. So yeah, this is how, like I said, this is how they set it up. But you can see the player right here. We can try to utilize the tight end. We can try to utilize the running back and like 5 out them. And we can pretty much say like, hey, we're going to hit the running back wheel, or we're going to hit like a tight end flat, right? And we can deal with the pressure, especially with QBs in the game right now with like Jameis Winston, Warren Moon. You have like the throw under pressure thresholds too, so you can really have pressure in your face and be fine. Like I said, this is all the ways that I know how to deal with the 3-3 loop. This is probably the best blitz in the game. Now let's go ahead and audible over right here to Mike Blitz 0. Mike Blitz 0, there's some ways people like to set it up, like spread and like shift out. But the most popular way I think people run it is just pinching and then like user hovering like right here, opposite side running back like this. And really all you have to do to counter this is block your running back. So if we do that right here, right, like their user hovers and, oh, this is going to be a little bit tough to do both. But say like their user hovers, they go like that. We get good pass pro, right? But something else sometimes people will do, they'll do like the pinch thing and they'll bring this dude down and they'll user him. This is kind of similar to 6-1 in a sense. Because what you would want to do right here, because obviously they are sending now 6 at you with the user hover that counts as 7 people. So what you can do is you can block your running back. And versus like something like 6-1, I like to do this too, like slide to the right, the opposite side of the running back. Again, LB, right stick to the right. But I need this dude right here. You know what I'm saying? Like they're pretty much just trying to overload blitz you. They're trying to send more people at you than you have blocked. And we're going to go ahead, try to send a little user hover right here too. And bang, like try to get something. And you'll see like everything got picked up, right? And we have a pocket, we have a lot of pocket, and we're gonna throw that one away. So that's pretty much how I like to deal with like 6-1 and just like overload blitzes, and also Mike Blitz 0. Block the running back, slide away from running back, ID the person that you want the running back to pick up. So that's pretty much how to deal with 3-3 and also 3-3 cub. And once you're able to deal with those blitzes, a lot of times people, their next go-to is, guess what? They go to the dollar. And dollar is still really, really good defense. People actually found run defense out of this too. Kind of crazy. How most people set it up is baseline press and just like run like DB fire, right? So if we do that and we come out and just like whatever, right? So they'll go bang, just baseline press, and they like user like hovers right here. And when we try to 5 out it, right, obviously it screams at us. Okay, this is a defense that I would try to find a run against, because something in your playbook should be able to beat this. Your goal with this is to pretty much make them like have to pinch, right? Because when they pinch, the blitz isn't as good. Like obviously right here, this time we didn't get anyone to come in free, right? So once you get them the pinch, blitz, not as good. Now, when they do the user hover, like the user blitz right here, and again, if they're like this, it makes it really, really tough, because if we just go ahead and block the running back, right? We just go ahead, block the running back, they can still go ahead and like, dollar I feel like is a little bit more random, because we can run that like 5 times in a row and it's going to give us like different results, right? So we're going to go ahead and do this again real quick, and just with a block running back, you're going to see this time that it actually just picks it up. So a lot of times you can just block your running back. I think that was one of their like main things they wanted to see happen from going from Madden 23 to Madden 24. So with just a block running back, a lot of times you can pick this up. Now, this is where it gets super interesting though. This is not really the most effective way to run dollar. A lot of people do it, they loop in dollar too. So a lot of times this doesn't involve baselining, and it involves these 2 corners right here, looping right here. Reggie White is probably going to mess it up, but it's something like this, right? You're going to see that this time the offensive line blocked it, but a lot of times you are going to get crazy loop. And it gets even crazier when we do something like the LB Blitz 0 setup and blitz Jerome Baker right here. So that's what we're going to do this time. And we're going to go ahead and hike the ball, and you're going to see that we actually get like a free rusher that time. So dollar is also kind of like that 3-3 blitz, where if you give them time to set it up, it gets really, really hard to block. So this right here, I think, is probably the hardest blitz in the game to block. Now, how a lot of people will set this up is they're not going to baseline anymore when they're looping. They're going to bring in like Sauce Gardner and also Richard Sherman right here. And their user, it can be something like this, where they use a top safety, man up Gesicki. Also, how some people run this is just like a shaded down 2-man, and they'll go ahead, shift their linebackers like this, and then contain. And then like sometimes you gotta bring them down a little bit, but they pretty much loop with shaded down 2-man under. And when we play something like this, right, you're gonna see that, oh, guess what? It loops, right? Now, how to deal with the singular loop, we just ID the outside corner like we did with the first setup first 3-3. Now, how we deal with the double loop plus that user blitz as well, this is how we're gonna deal with it, okay? Because like I said, I think this blitz right here is really, really good because you get double loops, and again, you have another person coming in free. And now what I like to do right here is just to double team this defensive end and ID the outside corner. This I think is the toughest blitz to pick up, I'll be honest, and I think you should try to run on it first. But right here, we get a pocket, right? And that's pretty much our goal, get a pocket. And that's how I like to block all the most popular blitzes in the game. I hope y'all did enjoy this video. And like I said, like midway through the video, I did just drop my Rams offensive ebook. So if you want that, you want the full offensive guide, make sure to head over to the description and either become a Twitch subscriber or a YouTube member. But I hope y'all did enjoy this video. Hopefully I was able to help you out. If you did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to see me just play live on Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. If you don't feel like heading over to Twitch and you want another video to watch, check this one out right here. This was my Jerry Rice gameplay.